Have you ever imagined waking up every day knowing that money is flowing into your account without you having to actively work for it? What if I told you that living off dividends is more possible than you think, even if you're starting from scratch? Most people believe they need millions to live off passive income, but today I'm going to show you a clear and realistic path to building this financial freedom step by step. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to reveal how much money you really need to live off dividends, the mistakes that can ruin your plan, and the best strategies to accelerate your earnings. If you want to stop trading time for money and start building an income that works for you, then this video might be the most important one you watch this year. Today, I'm going to show you the top 5 highest dividend-paying stocks in the world, and more importantly, how you can make money with them. I'll reveal which companies they are, how they manage to pay so much, and the strategy that top investors use to turn these dividends into a growing and sustainable income. So go ahead and hit the like button and stay with me until the end, because the last stock on the list might be the most surprising. Before we dive into the list, it's important to understand what dividends are and why they are so powerful. Essentially, when you buy a stock, you become a shareholder of that company. If the company makes a profit, it may decide to share some of that money with its shareholders in the form of dividends. In other words, without having to sell your shares, you receive a portion of the company's earnings just for holding them. But not every company does this well. Some pay inconsistent dividends, while others distribute more than they should, which ends up hurting business growth. To choose the best dividend stocks, it's essential to analyze some key factors. The first one is the dividend yield, which shows the relationship between the dividend paid and the stock price. But be careful. A very high dividend yield can be a sign that the company is struggling. Another important factor is the dividend payment history. Companies that have been paying dividends consistently for decades are generally more reliable. Additionally, you need to look at the payout ratio, which is a percentage of profits the company distributes in dividends. If this number is too high, it could mean that the company is not reinvesting enough to grow. Now that you know how to choose good dividend stocks, let's get to the first company on our list. This is a company that almost never fails to pay its dividends. It operates in an extremely resilient sector and has survived multiple economic crises while continuing to pay its shareholders. This company is Johnson & Johnson. With a history of over 60 years of increasing dividends every year, it is a true example of stability and predictability. If you had invested in Johnson & Johnson 20 years ago and reinvested all your dividends, your returns will be significantly higher than simply leaving your money in a bank. The second stock on the list is a company known for paying some of the highest dividends in the market today. We're talking about an energy giant, ExxonMobil. As one of the largest oil companies in the world, ExxonMobil generates billions of dollars in cash flow and distributes a significant portion of it to shareholders. The key advantage of ExxonMobil is that it operates in a sector with global demand that withstands crises well. However, it's important to remember that companies in this sector can experience fluctuations in payments depending on oil prices. So diversifying your investments is always important. The third stock on our list is the world's largest dividend payer. This company has distributed billions of dollars to its shareholders in the past year and continues to grow. We're talking about HSBC Bank. Massive banks like HSBC have a business model that generates consistent revenues and allows for large dividend distributions. The interesting thing about this company is that, in addition to dividends, its stock tends to appreciate over time, meaning you can earn both from the payouts and the increase in your investment's value. The fourth stock is special because it has the fastest growing dividends. In other words, not only does it pay well, but its dividend payouts are increasing every year. This company is Microsoft. You might be wondering, but tech companies don't usually pay high dividends, right? That used to be true, but today, Microsoft has become one of the biggest dividend payers in the sector. With growing profits and an expanding market, the company has been rapidly increasing its dividends, making it an excellent option for those looking for long-term passive income. And finally, we arrive at the fifth stock, which is the most surprising on the list. This is a company that very few people think about when it comes to dividends, yet it has an impressive history of payouts. We're talking about Realty Income, a REIT real estate investment trust that pays dividends every month. That's right. While most companies pay dividends quarterly or annually, Realty Income distributes cash to shareholders every month, making an excellent choice for those seeking a steady income. The real estate sector is one of the safest for dividend investing because it generates predictable and stable revenues. Now that you know the 5 highest dividend-paying stocks in the world, how can you use this information to make money? The first strategy is reinvesting dividends. Instead of spending what you receive, you can buy more shares and increase your stake in the company, creating a compound interest effect over the long term. The second strategy is diversification. Never put all your money into a single stock, because even the best companies can face challenges. The ideal approach is to build a balanced portfolio with different sectors and types of companies. Dividend investing is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it is one of the most powerful methods for building wealth over time. With discipline and patience, you can create a stream of income that grows year after year and can eventually cover all your expenses without requiring active work. Now tell me, which of these stocks caught your attention the most? Do you already invest in any of them? Leave a comment below so we can continue this conversation. And if you enjoyed this content, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos. See you in the next one. Until then,